Question 9 says the graph of f of x is equals to ax cubed plus bx squared is sketched below. The x coordinates at a and b are 1 and 2 respectively. The average gradient of f between a and b is 5.5, and the equation of the tangent to the curve of f at x is equals to 6 is y is equals to minus 18x plus c. Determine the values of a and b showing all working. So our first step is to use this set of information given. Basically, we are told that the gradient between a and b is 5.5. Therefore, we can write down the formula for the gradient of a and b as the change in y over change in x, or delta y over delta x, f2 minus f1 over 2 minus 1 is equals to 5.5. Then f2 is just f with x being 2, which would be 8a plus 4b, minus, in brackets, this one would be a plus b is equals to 5.5. So this is coming from when x is 2 on f, and this coming when x is 1. And then we subtract these, we get 7a plus 3b is equals to 5.5. This will be our first equation. And in order to get our second equation, we'll need to use the second part of the information given. So here we need to work with our first derivative of f, which will be 3ax squared plus 2bx. From this, we can substitute the values that we are given. Some of them are a bit sly, but here the first derivative, remember, it's the gradient, and it's the gradient when x is equals to 6. So x is 6 and the gradient is minus 18. We can make those substitutions. Minus 18 is equals to 3a 6 squared plus 2b6, and then we can multiply this out. This will be 108a plus 12b, and this will be our second equation. And then what we can do as a method to solve these two equations is we can take the first equation, then multiply it by 4, then subtract the second equation. So we're gonna have something like this. 22, or actually it's going to be 28a plus 12b is equals to 22. This is basically equation 1 times 4. Then we're going to write the second equation underneath this. So 108a plus 12b is equal to minus 18. This is our second equation. Then we subtract these two, so this equation minus that equation, and this gives us 28a minus 108a gives us minus 80a. So minus 80a, and let me just zoom out a bit for more space. So 80a, 12b minus 12b cancel, and we are left with 22 minus 18, which gives us 40, or 22 minus negative 18 gives us 40. Divide both sides by minus 80, then a is equals to negative a half. Then we can now find the value for b. So 7a plus 3b is equals to 5.5. 7a, substituting negative a half, plus 3b is equals to 5.5. We get 3b is equals to 5.5. It will be plus 7 over 2 over 3, because we're going to divide by that 3. And then from this we get that b is equals to 3. So a is minus a half and b is equals to 3.